What's up everybody, Leroy here. I salute you wherever you are. Post-workout, did some shoulders today, some back, traps, and that's that. Hope you guys are doing well. Unexpected video, I did not prepare any subject, but as you guys know, my two latest videos was about the late Mike Matarazzo, who passed away merely 48 hours ago. He was suffering from some heart conditions since a while. Definitely linked to his drug consumption, right? I mean, you guys know what's up. Each time this type of things happen, you know, when Nasser somebody died, when the other dude lost his kidneys, when the other lost his heart, when the other dude lost his whatever, his liver. You always hear those naysayers, right? They will come to you and say, oh, everybody will go ahead and blame it on steroids. Steroids are safe. It is just the abuse that is not safe. Probably he had a pre-existing condition and whatnot. Listen, we always hear those, I mean, remarks and comments, and usually it is from people who are consuming the stuff, right? Now, admittedly, I'm not judgmental. I have friends, you know, who are on juice, they're enhanced. It is their choice, right? But I mean, it hits home for me, right? Because I was growing up watching these guys, you know, on magazines, and the passion of the 90s was definitely greater than the one you see right now. Probably the 90s is the biggest popular era of bodybuilding, combined with the 70s, right? When there was the golden age of Arnold and Robbie Robinson and Lou Ferrigno, right? And the others. The 80s was kind of dull, right? You have that Lee Haney era, right? It was okay, but the 90s was something special. You know, the advent of Dorian Yates in 93, you know, he came with the revolution in new mass monster, and then, you know, Nasser somebody joined him in 95 with a crazy physique from the front, that granite look and whatnot, and then, you know, Jean-Pierre Fuchs, Flex was there, of course. Kevin Levrone became a mass monster in 95 as well. And you know the rest. Ronnie Coleman came in, and that's that. Back in the day, of course, there was no internet, so our connection with these guys was via magazines, you know, Flex, mainly Flex magazine. As far as I know, there was no such a thing as Muscular Development back then. There was just Flex and probably Muscle Mag and Muscle and Fitness. That's it, right? When I see these guys, you know, fall in one after the other, it is just sad, right? It is just sad. And that video I showed you guys of Mike Matarazzo speaking about how always he is afraid, actually. Each time there is a show, he is afraid because he knows he's going to consume some more drastic substances to attain that shredded look, right? Namely, diuretics and some other combos of steroids, probably growth hormone, insulin and whatnot. What do I know? And he said, you know, he was at the height of his career. That video was in 2002, right? By the way, I'm gonna link it still at the bottom, so if you missed it, you watched again. He was afraid, and you see him clearly saying, I don't want to die, you know, down the road. I don't want to have like basically pass away or get plugged to a machine for the rest of my life. So he was, I mean, the dude is saying that, and then you will see some naysayers, delusional, saying, no, it's nothing. Like you see that dude, he had, I don't know how many heart attacks, and he blamed it on freaking cheeseburger. Yeah, right, cheeseburger. And you will know roids for, I mean, for forever, right? And roids are known actually to destroy your cholesterol level, your estrogen level, which your heart needs, by the way. It's just messed up without even getting into the enlargement section, right? Because heart get enlarged. I mean, Google it. Steroids, heart enlargement. It is a known fact, right? But you see these guys living in denial. The thing is, this is what's up, guys. You need to understand this. I've been around gym since ever, right? Natural, that's the way I am. It is my choice. As a matter of fact, I'm still debating why I am this adamant to be natural. Probably because I'm independent. Right, I am independent in everything. I cannot basically. This is just one reason amongst others that I cannot like tie myself to always go to a pusher every week and ask for that dose. I'm tied in. I want to be with more strings attached in my life, right? Plus, if you take it, when you're on, you're on. Most likely you will stay on it for the rest of your life. It's hard to come back, right? And the main reason for these guys to not, to stay hooked in, it is the feeling it gives them. That Superman complex. They're big, these guys. They're strong. You know, when you weigh like freaking 250, everybody admires you. You have that aggression at the gym, that pump. Bro, how can you conceive going down to, again, to 200 or 190? It will be hard on your morale, bro. And you will destroy your, you cannot, you will have a major depression, right? Jerry Ward from BioS 3, right? He made a video like a month ago or so when he mentioned he had a trainee, right? Trainee, probably 20 or 21-year-old. And that dude was clearly enhanced, right? And he was preparing the show. And he was on all kinds of stuff, right? Next thing you know, he had an injury. I don't know what kind of injury, but he basically almost destroyed his foot. So he could not work out. He was at the hospital. Of course, at the hospital, they will not give you steroids, for God's sake. So they kept him there for weeks in a row. And he was obliged to get off the roids. Just like that. I don't know if he took PCT. I don't know what happened to him. Next thing you know, he fell in a freaking depression. He lost his girlfriend. His, he was suicidal. He attempted suicide. I don't know how many times. And that dude actually I contacted via email because I wanted to do an interview with him. And he told me, yes, bro, everything is true. The thing is, he cannot do an interview with me because he's about to sue his gym. He did not get into details. Probably they were selling him the stuff. I don't know. It's not, we stopped it right there. So unfortunately, we will not do an interview with him about that stuff, right? But this things happen, guys. I had a friend of mine, actually, very cool guy, who is enhanced. I met him yesterday at the gym. I told him, bro, you are off trend. You're not taking trend. He said, yes, I stopped taking trend. Really? I told him you were getting paranoid. He says, yes, bro. I was always fighting with my girlfriend. It was not livable. He just gave it away. He threw it away and he gave it to a dude. Just take it, right? So that's it. Those are things that happen, right? You gotta be aware, guys. You gotta be awake, right? I'll never be the most popular dude on YouTube. I'll never be the biggest. I'll never be the most shredded. That I know. You guys saw me how I cut. I go to freaking depleted state, but there are certain things you will never achieve naturally, right? I'll never have that paper thin skin, right? That some so-called natties achieve. They literally grow into a show. You see their glutes shredded, their freaking abs showing. Guys, in the 80s, even enhanced guys, and the 70s, go ahead and find one picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger having shredded glutes or Lee Haney. It didn't happen, right? And these guys were taking all kinds of drugs. Now you have so-called natties with freaking shredded glutes and shredded hamstrings that freaking diced paper thin, and they tell you I'm natural. You kidding me? Are you freaking human being just like us? And you guys just need to get a clue, right? And you believe these guys, and then you believe another dude tell you I'm natty. Next thing you know, if you follow his video, when he was young, he was normal. Now you see him, he has like a freaking square face. His jaw grow like this. Come on, get a clue, right? And you saw another dude who was clearly on juice. Now he is obliged to stop, and I can notice that, right? Because probably he destroyed his health, and he jumped on synthol. And he goes on YouTube, he said, I don't know what synthol is. Are you kidding me? Dude was training with a training partner who was clearly on synthol. And then he comes to you, no, I never heard of synthol. Really? And you say you're a bodybuilder, you compete, and you dare say it, you've never heard of synthol. All of you guys, teens, already heard of synthol, and he dare say, I don't know what synthol is. Look at your arms, bro. They're all floppy and fluffy, right? Because right now he cannot take this stuff. He destroyed his heart. So to keep that image of a so-called big guy, he's obliged to jump on the freaking SEOs, site enhancing oils, right? Well, that's it. But if this YouTube thing goes on for another decade or so, I'll not be surprised that a lot of guys, unfortunately, will suffer the consequences of their lives, you know, of their consumption. But it is their risk, right? They think they're young, they think they're YOLOs, right? I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna sell t-shirts, right? I'm gonna sell freaking programs for $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000, whatever, I know. But that's what's up. Me, my clients, they have to be natural, because I cannot help you if you're enhanced. I have no freaking expertise in this stuff. What can I tell you to take, to eat, whatever? I don't know, right? All I can help is natural dudes. That's it. And that's about it. And I take it really personal. My clients, actually, I'm like it's a freaking military regime in a sense, because you're paying me money, so we need results here. And the most important thing is freaking attitude, your demeanor, and your seriousness in that, because we're all humans, we all have 2 testicles down there. The only difference, me being shredded and probably the most of the men are not, is just discipline and know-how. That's it. Salute you wherever you are. God bless you all. Tell me what you think about these points in the comment section. Tell me what you think, guys. Have a nice one.